Good morning. It's a quiet, clear start to our morning here in Fargo. A nice view toward downtown and waiting for that sun to come up as well. The skies are nice and clear, so we'll get a nice view of that sunrise. Unless we start to see some fog develop, and that's actually happening in some spots. It's getting worse this morning. And in addition to that, it's quite cool too. So a couple of hazards out there for us this morning. In the last 15 minutes, we've watched our visibility drop here. Our reports coming in now at 0 in Cooperstown and a half-mile in Valley City. So in that upper Cheyenne River Valley, we're really struggling with some dense fog. And then over to Minnesota, Thief River Falls, back through Fosston and Bemidji, less than a mile visibility for you too, so dense fog in that area. And then there are other places where it's lowering a little bit, not quite as bad, but other places we need to keep an eye on. Here's a look at our temperatures. It's chilly again this morning, some of us into the 30s. That is Fosston at 37 degrees. Looks like Roseau is as well, though we're not getting data at this point. It's been a while since we've heard from the Roseau site at the airport there. Hopefully they get things fixed and moving along so we can start getting information from that area again. And 46 in Fargo, 41 in Grand Forks, 43 in Jamestown, and it's 40 in Bemidji. And it's still going to cool down a little before we start to warm things up with that sunrise around 6:45. So here's a look at our winds. We're looking at winds that are very light. That plus the clear skies, the cooling temperatures, all contributing to this fog development. And you can see we really don't have anything to report to you as far as cloud cover above the surface is concerned, not only in the Red River Valley, but the tri-state area looking super quiet. So let's take a look at what's going on with Dorian now. You can see it's still a powerful storm swirling just off the coast of Florida. Here's Daytona Beach right here, and you could see the eye is east of Daytona Beach, but several of the outer bands of this storm hitting that Florida Atlantic coastline, the Space Coast there back up to Daytona, Jacksonville, getting some bands moving through as this continues to move to the north. Finally on the move after just really obliterating parts of the Bahamas there. We'll of course be hearing more on that throughout the day today. But right now we're looking at Dorian as a Category 2 storm. The latest stats on this, 105 mile per hour sustained winds, moving to the northwest at 8 miles per hour. So finally it's on the move, and it's only 90 miles east of Daytona Beach. That's about between the distance between Fargo and Jamestown, or Fargo and Alexandria. So those most intense winds not that far off the coast of Florida. And the good thing is they should, at least at this point in time, it looks like they will stay off the coast, the most intense part of the storm. Of course, we're still feeling the impacts of it. But as we go through time here on the track, you can see it gets closer to the Georgia, Carolina coast. And there is still the chance that that eye might make landfall in the Carolinas over the next couple of days before it quickly starts to pick up speed and moves out of here. So something to keep an eye on. Here's your hour-by-hour planner for today. The day looks beautiful. It looks quiet for most of the day. We're going to see temperatures rising by this afternoon into the mid-60s for some of us in the east to some low 70s for those of us out west. Fargo around 70, Grand Forks same thing. We'll see some clouds move in. The wind does start to pick up out of the south into tonight with a brief passing of a quick little round of rain and thunder. And this will likely be overnight and up along the Canadian border. This is 2 a.m. You could see that storm rolling through at that point. So we're dealing with some stormy weather impacting us overnight in the Northern Valley. Southern Valley looks a lot quieter here for us tonight. Here's one of our photos of recent storms. This is after the storm with that sunset there. Beautiful shot in Horace. Thanks, Kathy, for sharing that. And a look at your 7-day planner. The next couple of days trying to warm things up here, and we'll have that quick little round of rain and thunder up north overnight. And then Thursday looking pretty good, back into the mid-70s. And then for Friday, expect to have temperatures that are into the low 70s with some quiet weather. And this weekend right now does appear that we are going to see those chances for some rain and thunder stick around. But this time, models are indicating it might be on Saturday that we're dealing with that. So something to keep an eye out for. But overall, looking at some cooler weather again this weekend, some mid-60s for your highs coming up. And by Tuesday, back into the 70s. So feeling, yes, like we're in September and fall here. And maybe warming to near 80 tomorrow in a couple of spots, but most of us won't quite get there.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. Where can you run a marathon in the morning and race to eat the most corn on the cob at night? Only at the annual Horace Bean Days. Coming up, we'll bring you all the details.